Coming up, an Eastern Kentucky student receives a special honor.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. On July 10th, 2023, one Corbin High School student jumped into action to save the life of someone experiencing a heat stroke. Today, that student received a special honor that's presented to very few people across the nation. WYMT's Jack Demler has more from a local hero.
An instinct to help those in need?
You don't really think too much about what you're doing. It's more so just muscle memory. And so we hear the call for help and we jump in and we go over and help.
Ended up saving someone's life.
The camp doctor, there's a doctor that's there, he called me and said, hey, Jason's actions saved this kid's life. He said, had he not got him in the recovery position and remained calm, he said this kid might not have made it.
A freshman at the time in the Corbin High School JROTC program, Jason Post swam 100 yards to save someone experiencing a heat stroke.
He didn't look to be moving, he wasn't talking or anything, so I mean, I kind of freaked out at first, but I put on my calm face and I did what I was supposed to do.
An instinct to help he has always had.
Ever since I was little and I could understand things like that, I've always really wanted to help, so I mean, it's just in me.
On Tuesday, the act of saving someone's life led to Post receiving a Medal of Heroism.
It means everything. I'm happy to be receiving it, but at the end of the day, it was my job.
An honor that speaks to his character and the program.
If you don't push yourself, you're never going to save someone's life. And I just think it speaks volumes for Jason, it speaks volumes for our program, and the training and teaching that we give these young men and women.
Honoring the heroes of the mountains. In Corbin, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
Colonel Farley says in his 12 years at Corbin, Post is the first person to receive an honor of this level.
We are still tracking some spotty rain showers and a few sprinkles as we close out your Tuesday. Let's go to First Alert Pinpoint Doppler, and the coverage not as widespread as we go into this evening, but a few more spotty showers do stick around. Let's zoom into the Cumberland Valley from Wayne County, pushing into Pulaski County, also for parts of McCreary County, into Whitley County as well. And some more light showers or a few sprinkles in the Big Sandy Valley from Wayne County, West Virginia, pushing into Martin, also Pike counties, and into Mingo and Logan counties at this hour. We do have a flash flood warning for parts of southern Wayne County, West Virginia, and that will last for about 28 more minutes until 11:30 this evening after some heavy rainfall close to the Kentucky and West Virginia border earlier this evening. Also watching out for this, some dense fog in some areas down to 2 miles in Pikeville, less than 1 mile here in Hazard. And here is a live look from Hazard, and you can see that low visibility, so be sure to give yourself some extra time if you have plans to be on the road this evening or early on Wednesday. Most of us right now in the middle to lower 60s, and we see upper 50s to lower 60s to wake up on Wednesday, and more rain chances also on the way tomorrow. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. Voters in West Virginia went to the polls today, 1 week before Kentucky's primary. Republicans picked West Virginia Governor Jim Justice as their best candidate in the fight to flip one of the state's U.S. Senate seats red following the retirement of Democratic Senator Joe Manchin. Justice defeated U.S. Representative Alex Mooney and 5 others in the GOP primary. Manchin has been West Virginia's only congressional Democrat since 2015. Now, in that state's race for governor, to win the Republican bid, he will face off against Huntington Mayor Steve Williams in November. Work being done in rural Kentucky was highlighted at the White House today. The Biden-Harris administration launched the Rural Innovators Initiative, which aims to recognize rural leaders making a positive impact in their communities. The Housing Development Alliance is doing just that. Executive Director Scott McReynolds was invited to speak at today's panel about their efforts in Hazard.
We are a partner in a Rural Partnership Network signature project, and we're really excited about the opportunities for energy funding and the Infrastructure or Inflation Reduction Act, because if you can't afford your power bill, your house is not truly affordable.
The Biden-Harris administration announced more than $671 million in new investments to strengthen rural infrastructure across the country. The investments will improve access to reliable electricity and clean drinking water for more than 1 million people and create good-paying jobs in rural communities. One Pike County pharmacy is pulling up its roots more than 2 decades after planning its practice on US 23. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about the closing, which owners say is all about the climate.
Okay, Leon, tell Dorothy I said hello. If she has any questions, you have a call.
For Joel Thornberry, pharmacy runs in the family.
As a third-generation pharmacist with a grandfather that became a pharmacist around the turn of the 1900s by apprenticeship, to following my mother's footsteps as one of the first female pharmacists, in the profession in the state.
And for the last 24 years, taking care of families in Pike County has been a passion for Nova Pharmacy.
They come in and they lay their lives in our hands, and they don't ask for anything except for care, nurturing, and sometimes just an ear to listen.
But throughout the years of filling prescriptions, Thornberry has also noticed some fundamental problems, noting vast changes in the RX realm.
The patient's really sort of been taken out, and that specific patient care, we're losing the identity of that.
Those changes led to the decision to close the doors of Nova Pharmacy, a move that he says did not come easily.
It is a very difficult decision, but it was one that had to be made. The environment of community pharmacy with, again, being controlled by, the PBM industry and the insurance industries that are literally just choking us out, we couldn't survive.
And while he is sad to see the space close with some of his regulars losing the specialty services.
It's a sad decision, but it's an evolution. We'll try to work with that evolution.
He hopes the next steps will provide just as many opportunities to serve in Pike County. Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Nova Pharmacy will officially close its doors May 22nd. Files of the patients will be transferred to Caremore Pharmacy in Dorton as Thornberry joins his wife for a new chapter of care. Governor Andy Beshear has ordered flags at all state office buildings to be lowered to half staff tomorrow. This is in observance of Peace Officers Memorial Day. Back in 1962, a joint resolution of Congress designated May 15th of each year as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week which it falls as Police Week. Well, this was a day many of us at WYMT did not want to see come so soon. On social media this morning, Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson announced he is retiring, saying, quote, "Whether I have 3 years or 30, I want to enjoy my life with my friends and my lovely wife." WYMT's Olivia Calfee talked to Brandon about his decision.
The Lord has been with me so much through the years. When you love where you work, there's not a day that comes by that you dread going to work.
We're seeing not a whole lot of fog this morning, like severe weather as we go deeper into the
May 14th, 2007 was Brandon Robinson's first day at WYMT. And now on May 14th, 2024, it is marking his last.
It's not goodbye, but see you later. I won't be on your screens anymore, but I won't be a stranger either. I want to thank Eastern Kentucky for welcoming me in their homes. I want to thank for all the folks who woke up with me 17 years.
A career full of sun, snow, severe storms, and rainbows, as he is now reflecting on the last 17 years.
Of course, there was the March 2nd, 2012 tornado outbreak, the Eastern Kentucky flood, but I got to cover the eclipse in 2017, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I got to cover a lot of festivals, and I had so much fun.
And just like the changes in Kentucky weather, even when you hear the thunder, the sunshine is never far away. Brandon says he has experienced it all in his own life as well. In 2016, he was diagnosed with brain cancer. But with his wife Stephanie's hand in his, the support of his mountain family, and love from his viewers, they got through it together.
I think brain cancer was one of those cancers that didn't get as much exposure, but I put a face on it.
Today, he can say he is a 3-time brain cancer survivor. And he and staff have created a nonprofit organization called Gray Matters, raising money to help find a cure as his battle continues.
I have expressive aphasia, which means I'm in here, but I can't communicate clearly. And my right hand is still not well. If those never get better, God's blessed me. God's blessed me to stay on this earth.
A blessing he says he does not take for granted. And a 17-year-long television career that is one for the history books.
Don't be sad, be happy. For me, choosing to leave on my terms instead of fighting till the very end. I'll miss the viewers. I'll miss waking up with them.
As I've often said to the hundreds, if not thousands of you that I've had the pleasure to meet in my travels, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just an old country boy from Harlan County that helps get you ready for whatever we're dealing with each day on the weather field. I'm going to miss helping you wake up and get your day started.
While Brandon is forever rooted in the mountains of eastern Kentucky, he isn't leaving. He's just retiring from the screen in your living room.
This day was bittersweet, but we all knew it was coming. I hoped that it would be coming for a little while longer, but don't be sad. Most people don't survive brain cancer. I'm one of the lucky ones that has.
Brandon's official last day is not until June 30th. Tomorrow night at 6, we will have community reaction to his decision to retire. We also have a photo album up online. If you have any photos of Brandon with you at festivals, public appearances, or any event, we encourage you to share those with us at WYMT.com. You can scan this QR code or just look for our web story, and we've received several pictures already. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, a new report shows drowning deaths surged during the pandemic. A look at the importance of water safety as we get closer to summer.
Plus, we are dodging some more rain chances for the middle of this week. Your forecast coming up after this break.